Hey everybody, expert recruiter Renee Frey. I want to give you some tangible video interview tips because I know all of my clients had shifted their interviewing to video right now during this time. And I want to give you some tips to nail it because it's the person who interviews the best who gets the job, not the person most qualified. So first and foremost, you have to make sure you're dressed appropriately. Ask the contact you have at that company that you're interviewing for what the expected attire is. There's some companies that are still business professional, some that are business casual. I would suggest err on the side of one level above what they say. So if theirs is business casual, throw on the sport coat, you'll look your best. Your background, this is incredibly important. You have to make sure that you test your video and you know what's going to be seen in your background. Don't set it up where it's showing your bed. Don't set it up where you have a hot mess that you need to organize behind. Make sure that you have a nice background behind you because that's important and you don't want the interview to be distracted at all. And I personally recommend testing your video before your meeting. So download the software that you need and test it out with a friend. Make sure they share with you what they see in your background. Does it look good? Have them give you a thumbs up. Next, actually conducting the interviews on video. First and foremost, smile. You definitely want to smile. And secondly, go into the conversation that you're going to get a job offer. Mindset is everything. That will set you up for success to nail the interview. Are you going to get a job offer after that first interview? Probably not, but keep that positive intent. Second, smile. You want to smile during the video. You want to use good posture, sit up straight. And when you're looking into the video, it's very common for us to look at ourselves because we're so concerned about how we look and what other people think of us. Make sure you're looking at the person who's interviewing you. Make eye contact with them on the video. Also practice that with one of your friends. Then I'm going to share some tactics during the interview that you can benefit from that will set yourself apart. So there's a lot of commonalities during interviews. A lot of times company will ask you the same questions in that first intro interview. So be able to articulate, tell me about yourself. You want to keep this in like a 3-minute max. Kind of think of it as your elevator speech. You want to definitely know what your strengths are. You want to know what your weaknesses are or your areas of opportunity. And I encourage everyone to utilize areas of opportunities that can be seen as strengths. So for example, if I was interviewing for a position, one of my opportunities would be I'm very impatient. I'm so impatient that sometimes I need to realize not everyone moves at my pace and I need to slow down. That is a strength, right? Who wouldn't want to hire me? So use examples like that of areas that you're working on to improve that can be seen as a strength. Next, prepare questions for each interviewer about the company, about what you're curious about. Be prepared to give responses in the STAR format: situation, task, action, result. That's a very common behavioral-based interview format. Even if you don't think people are asking you behavioral-based interview questions, which you can Google behavioral-based interview questions, there's a laundry list of them that can come up. But any question they ask you, you want to think of that format. What was the situation? What was the task at hand? What were my actions and what were my results? Because when you pull specific examples from the work you've done in the past to give very concrete examples, that shows them how you're typically going to react in the future. And those who are more vague and use generalities, they're going in the recycle bin. They're not getting the phone call back. When you use specific examples with the results, and with the results, you want to make sure you add data. This is the form of any type of number. Don't just think, a lot of people just think dollars and percentages. Think of days, hours, productivity. Think of any type of numerical value that you can give to the result that is going to make your example even stronger and set you apart. Lastly, if you're excited about the opportunity, let them know how excited you are and ask about next steps. When you do this, you're also setting yourself apart because interviewing is like dating. Nobody wants to make the first move, but if you say, I'm excited to move to the next step, can you share with me what do next steps look like? They know that you're really interested in the role. Now, if you're not interested, don't say that. Just politely thank them for their time and move on. And then you definitely want to follow up with a thank you email. I love candidates who want to send thank you letters handwritten in the mail. That's great, but I encourage you to do an email within 24 hours after your interview and thank them for their time. If you want to send something in snail mail, you can do that as well, but email definitely, because that again will set you apart. Make sure at that interview though, you're asking for the interviewer's contact information, emails, so you can send those follow-ups. Hope that helped. Everyone, ace those video interviews and your job is going to be right around the corner. Cheers.